In this sneak peek, we hear from Dr. Terry Rimmer, the white whale of the medical world. We hear about what makes direct primary care different. So, I want you to describe more about what that looks like because people might not understand what that looks like, but it reminds me of, I don't know what decade that would have been, the 30s, 40s, maybe a small town doctor where the town kind of hired the doctor and everybody saw the same guy and he took care of you no matter what kind of a thing. I mean,
Right.
it feels a little bit like that. So just explain to us what that means.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Tracy. It's kind of how I describe it as well. It's kind of like old school medicine for, um, the 21st century. Um, it's serving people in a unique way. So we are essentially a membership model applied to healthcare. So we have kind of left the insurance world behind to a large degree. So our patients have a monthly membership to the clinic that's affordable and is accessible to anyone. But through that, they leave the constraints of how much is this going to cost me? Because a lot of times when we go to the doctor, it's okay, how much was my copay last time? And it seems like I got a bill, 3 months later for that visit that I forgot about. And boy, that was really expensive. Is this worth going to the doctor again? And so by doing things through a membership and saying you've got unlimited care with us, come whenever you need it, it eliminates that financial barrier, those financial concerns, but also affords us to ditch all of the insurance paperwork where you're spending an hour in the lobby instead of giving you a clipboard of paperwork and sitting in the lobby for an hour. We just get started with your visit right on time as you enter the doors of our clinic. And so we spend all of that time directly with you, and listen to you and, get to know you and your family, get to hear about your health goals, and talk with you instead of to you. And so it's so much more freeing to have a relationship and be on a team with a patient instead of having that rushed experience. So it eliminates the barriers of expensive healthcare, but also eliminates the barriers of inconvenience to healthcare. But we can also do things, the last several years, healthcare has been, you have a problem. Okay, schedule a visit, try to fit into my schedule. If you can find a spot that's convenient for you at all in the next several weeks, and come into the clinic and we'll check it out. Where now we can say, we have a clinic, come on if you need to be seen here, but also there's so much of healthcare that we can do over the phone, or we can do over a text message, or we can do over a video visit where you don't necessarily have to spend your time driving to see us. We love to see you, but we have so many patients that just text us, or they'll have, a quick question that would, in the traditional way, we'd have you come into the office to ask that question, where now you can, send us a question, or send us a text picture of your rash on your arm that you woke up with this morning, or ask us the question of, what dose of medicine Tylenol should I give my kid who's running a fever? Or so we make healthcare convenient, and just like you say, kind of old school medicine, but bringing it up to the present day. So.
It feels, the word that keeps popping up in my head is accessible, because you feel like doctors, not one of our listeners who is out there hasn't sat in the waiting room, not one.
Right.
And they very often book like 4 people. It's like the airlines,
Right.
if I
Yeah.
sold the same house to 4 different people, I would go to jail, right?
Right.
I mean, but the airlines can overbook those seats, doctors can overbook that time slot, so they can just flip people through. And you're right, you feel like you're in a fast food line, and that doesn't, it's not helpful, and you don't feel heard. And I like that you said listen to, that you have a conversation instead of you just talking. And doctor-splaining things to me,
Hmm.
that we can talk about what the issues are. So I know that our listeners are going, okay, but how do you say my company, I have insurance through my company. Does my
Hmm.
company pay you for that or for the membership fee? How does that work out?
Yeah, great question. So we serve both, individuals and families. We have a lot of people that, they get their insurance through their work, but their insurance just isn't accessible or it's frustrating. They have these questions. I don't even know what my insurance covers. And even though I've got this insurance, it's still expensive. And even though I've got this insurance, I can't get in to see my doctor. So they still, I think one of the things that we have to change our mindset as Americans is that health insurance is not health care. And so much, especially politically, it's like healthcare for all, and they're really saying health insurance for all, but health insurance is not what we need. We need healthcare. And so we serve individuals and we serve families, but we also serve businesses. So we have some businesses that they say, yeah, we're tired of paying 10-20% or more every year for our insurance premiums, and we feel like we're trying to provide this benefit and value to our employees, but like every year it's just going up, and our the value of return that we get from that's going down. And so we serve businesses that say, okay, we're sick of these platinum plans that go up 20% every year. Let's kind of put insurance in its place and provide better benefits and value to our employees. And so we have businesses that sign their employees up as well, and we kind of help them restructure things so that they're providing better benefits, but also saving on the bottom line as well. So,
Hmm. Wow. It's turning it upside down, right?
right. Yeah.
I mean, it really
Absolutely.
is. It really is. Oh my gosh. So I'm sure people are asking what is the monthly subscription?
Yeah. Good question. So for an adult, it's $79 a month. For a child with a parent, it's $29 a month. And then we have a family rate that's two adults, two kids, that's $199 a month. And so that provides them unlimited access to our clinic. So they can come in as many times as they want. They can call or text us, or we can do video visits as many times as we need to address a problem. Um, or new problems come up. Sometimes you go to the doctor and everything's good, you're going for a checkup, and then the next day you get sick, and so you need to go back in, and then you're back in that waiting room again, but not with us. So it's unlimited visits with that. And then we also provide some other really unique benefits as well, where we have wholesale pricing on things like labs and imaging and medications that are always the surprise charges after your visit. So I remember, working for the hospital for years, people would bring me their lab bills afterwards, which the lab's totally separate from our clinic, but it feels like it's, I've billed them that, it's, you ordered these. And so why am I getting this test? I thought my insurance covers this, and we don't ever know what your insurance covers. And so these, very basic labs, checking your cholesterol or your kidney function, um, often cost people hundreds of dollars, where at our clinic it costs $30 to check basic labs. And so it solves those cost problems, but also gives transparency that ahead of time we can say, these are the labs that we need to run, and this is what it costs. And they can know ahead of time instead of being surprised 3 months down the road when they get this extra bill.
Man, that's huge right there because I
Yeah.
always hold my breath. Every time I hold my breath to go, I don't know, we're going to get some random bill in a while because I have no idea what that's going to cost.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for a sneak peek into the Cultivate OKC podcast. To catch the full episode and many more, go to cultivate.city. We believe that no city can become great unless everyone thrives, not just the privileged or the opportunistic, or the connected or credentialed. We believe entrepreneurs and their ventures have an outsized impact on flipping the script. Our hope is that Oklahoma City will become famous for an atmosphere of flourishing. We believe a courageous, connective movement of entrepreneurs leading redemptive ventures will play an outsized role in that story, and we exist to nurture and multiply that movement. Will you join us?